Today I'm sharing 3 easy, healthy dinners that my family loves: creamy Tuscan chicken, crispy Southwest quesadillas, and a low-carb chow mein that tastes like takeout. First recipe I'm going to make is Tuscan chicken. This chicken is so tender and delicious. I'll be making it with a side of lemon garlic broccoli, and this dish is also perfect for meal prepping. We're going to start off by getting our pan warmed up, and while our pan is heating up, we're going to season both sides of our chicken with salt and pepper. Today I'll be using boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Once your pan is heated up, we're going to add all of our chicken into the bottom of the pan and spread it out as evenly as possible. While our chicken is cooking, I'm going to add 12 ounces of fresh broccoli to a pan, and I'm going to steam it for 5 minutes. While both of those are cooking, I'm going to grate half a cup of fresh Parmesan cheese. By the time you're done shredding your cheese, your chicken should be ready to flip and cook on the other side. And we'll be cooking the chicken until it's cooked all the way through. While your chicken is cooking, we're going to chop up half a cup of sun-dried tomatoes. And for this part, you can chop them up however big or small you would like them. Okay, and my chicken is done cooking, so I've removed it from the pan, and we have some nice brown bits that's going to help add flavor to our sauce later. We're going to add some garlic to it, and then we're going to go ahead and give everything a good stir. Once you brown the garlic for a minute or two, we're going to add 3/4 cup of chicken broth to the pan, and we're going to scrape all those little brown bits off the bottom of the pan. And then we're going to stir in 3/4 cup of coconut cream and go ahead and give everything a good mix. Now we're going to add in our freshly grated Parmesan, our sun-dried tomatoes, and then we're also going to add about 1.5 cups to 2 cups of fresh spinach. We're going to cook all that together for a few minutes until the spinach starts to wilt, and then we're going to add our chicken back to the pan and cook for a few more minutes until our sauce is thickened. While our chicken is finishing up, we're going to finish up the broccoli. We're going to start by browning the garlic, and then we're going to add our broccoli to the pan. I actually accidentally overcooked my broccoli, so it kind of fell apart a little bit here. Next, we're going to season the broccoli with salt and pepper, and then we're going to juice half of a lemon. And lastly, we're going to add crushed red pepper. This part is optional, so if you don't like anything spicy, feel free to skip this step. And to finish off our chicken, I'm going to top it with a little extra Parmesan cheese. My husband enjoyed this recipe so much that he went back for a second plate, and I already can't wait to make it again. If you've tried this recipe and enjoyed it, please leave me a comment. Next up is a crispy Southwest quesadilla. Once you have the mixture prepped for this recipe, you can have dinner thrown together within minutes. Let's get started. We're going to start off by preheating our pan, and once our pan is heated up, we're going to add some avocado oil. Now we're going to add 1 diced red bell pepper and a diced onion, and we're going to cook that until everything is soft. Once everything is nice and cooked, we're going to add 1 pound of ground meat, and right here I use deer ground meat, so if mine looks a little different, that's why. And for the seasonings, I'm adding 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of paprika, and 1 teaspoon of onion powder, and then a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Feel free to use taco seasoning instead if you'd like yours to have more of a taco flavor. These are just the seasonings that I like. Once your meat is cooked, we're going to add 1 can of corn, and this is the brand that I use. And then we're going to add 1 can of black beans. Make sure you rinse them first. And this is the brand that I use for that one too. We're going to lightly season our corn and black beans with a little bit of salt, and then we're going to stir everything together. Once you're done stirring in your corn and black beans, you can remove it from heat once everything is heated all the way through. Now we're going to start to assemble our quesadillas. You're going to lightly spray a pan with some avocado oil. Then we're going to lay 1 tortilla down. For this part, you can use any type of cheese you want, but I'm going to put some shredded pepper jack on mine. And then you're going to put your quesadilla mixture over the cheese. I like to press mine down to make sure it holds in place good. And then I'm going to top it with some shredded cheddar cheese and then your other tortilla. We're going to cook that on medium heat until it's nice and golden on the bottom. And then I'm going to show you how I flip mine. I take a large paper plate and I flip my quesadilla into the plate. And then I just slide it from the plate back into the pan. And then we'll just cook it on that side until it's golden as well. Once it's done cooking, I like to cut mine into 4s with a pizza cutter because it makes things so much easier. And lastly, I'm going to move one of my triangles to the side to make room for my sour cream. You can use any kind of dipping sauce you want here or just eat it by itself. And that's it. If you try this recipe, leave me a comment and let me know how you like it. And for our last recipe, I'll be making an amazing chicken chow mein. This recipe is low in carbs, gluten-free, and soy-free. And did I mention great for meal prepping? Let's get started. Here are the vegetables that I'll be using for today's recipe, and we're going to start by chopping everything up. I like to shred my own carrots, but feel free to buy them already shredded. For this recipe, I usually put about 1.5 cups of shredded carrots, but right here I had a little bit extra, so I just put all of it in there. Now we're going to take our onion and cut it into very thin slices. Feel free to add any other vegetables you like to this recipe. Now we're going to add 4 cups of shredded cabbage. You can use the coleslaw mix or you can shred it up yourself. Now we're going to set our vegetables to the side and we're going to dice up 1 pound of chicken like this. Now set your chicken aside and we're going to make the sauce. We're going to start out with 1/2 cup of coconut aminos. This is going to be your soy sauce replacement. Next, we're going to add 3 tablespoons of sesame seed oil, 3 teaspoons of rice vinegar, 3 teaspoons of honey or more if you want it a little sweeter. Now we're going to set that to the side and work on our noodles. Today I'll be using the linguine noodles, but feel free to use the angel hair if you prefer that one. For the noodles, we're going to start off by draining them and then we're going to give them a really good rinse. Next, we're going to add our noodles to a pot of boiling water and we're going to boil it for about 10 minutes. Once our noodles are done boiling, we're going to drain all the water out and then we're going to set it to the side to allow it to cool. Next, we're going to brown our chicken. Add some avocado oil to your pan and then dump your diced chicken in. We're going to season it with salt and pepper to taste, and then we're going to cook the chicken until it's golden brown on all sides and cooked all the way through. Once your chicken is done cooking, we're going to remove it from the pan and dump it into a bowl. Now we're going to add some more avocado oil to the pan, and we're going to add garlic, some crushed red pepper, however much you like, and then we're going to put a teaspoon of some ground ginger. Now we're going to cook that for about a minute or so until the garlic is fragrant. Next, we're going to add all of our vegetables to the pan and we're going to cook it for just a few minutes. While the vegetables are cooking, we're going to go back to the noodles and we're going to squeeze all the excess moisture out of the noodles. Now we're going to dump our sauce into our vegetables and then we're going to add our noodles. And now we're going to stir everything and make sure everything is nice and blended together. We can add our chicken back to the pan and give everything another good stir. You can go ahead and turn off your burner and we're going to put some sesame seeds on the top. And I also have a few green onions from my garden that I'm going to put on top as well. And that's a wrap. Those are the 3 healthy dinners that my family loves. Which ones would you try first? Let me know in the comments and don't forget to subscribe for more simple, clean recipes. Thanks for watching.